All right, great day, everyone. I feel like something's missing. Hold on. Got to open up one more item. Feel like I haven't seen you all in such a long time. All right. Let's bring this on over here. That is working. All right. Let's get ready to rock and roll. All right, so I do have a quite interesting background up. You might be going, Jane, what is this? Right? Why do you have this weird screen just sort of going off into oblivion? Well, that is because that is the Barron's magazine cover right here, right? Their magazine cover is Google search is fading, right? We've got all the AIs that are working and Google, but however, Google does have Android, right? How many Android users globally? iPhone and user stats 2025, right? Because everybody's connected to their phone. So if we look at that, let's make that a bit bigger. There we go. And I'll position this just a touch lower. There we go. iPhone users. In the US, iPhone has 57% as of 2024. Android has 70% of the global market. So yes, we might see that AI is stopping the domination of Google, but for the phone users globally, we see that there's 70% market share with Android. Right, 47% of former Android users say the iPhone provides them a better experience. Not my mom, she hates it. And 29% of the former iPhone users say Android is more affordable. So here we can see the Android versus iOS in the US, but that goes to 2023. Over here, we can see this is iOS on the left, Android on the right. So pretty much neck and neck, a little bit higher. Let's see, when did it switch over? Really? So in the US, it's pretty much dominated year over year, right? Here we go. Here's another image. iPhone versus Android global market share. So iPhone in the US, yes. Globally, Android. So Google is still pretty dominant in the world, right? iPhone sales lead in Japan, Canada, Australia, and UK. But not like, we're talking, yeah, maybe major companies, but overall, Android is kicking butt, right? For looking at look, Gen Z likes Android. Millennials, Android. Gen X, Android. Baby Boomer, Android. So, oh, look at that. More women like supposedly iPhone than Android, or of the users, I guess. I don't know. In any event, that's the cover of Barron's. That's why I have that up today. So let's look. Sarepta is kicking the bucket today. Let's do the limits for today. Also, want to give you guys a heads up. I did mention I was going to set up my sales site. I've got to redirect it to carpayprofit.com. But for now, it is carpayprofit.system with an e.io. You guys can sign up for coaching, basic terminology video, and then my book all about how to set up the volume point of control. And it is a whopping $11. Can you handle it? So I'm going to, in there, I show you how to manage all this stuff for trading. So as I mentioned on Friday, on TikTok, I was live in the afternoon. I've got to get my TikTok followership up to 1,000. So if you can help me out over there, that'd be awesome. It's Airplane Jane. Then I can stream over there as well. Right here, we did bounce off of the 15. You can see that is a recurring pattern. Bounce, bounce, third time bounce. If we fail fourth time, that means that the computers were turned off buying near the 15 exponential moving average. All right, so let's do our limits for today. If you guys have any questions, if you guys can also say, hello, Jane, this rocks, we love you in the chat so that I can see that the chat is working. That would be great on my end. All right, let's go here. SPY 597, even. Very odd that it happened to close right at an even number to me. I don't know about you, but I think that's weird. It never usually closes at an even number. If you all know about numerology, right? Gary, the numbers guy, is a great guy to follow. Ooh, I'm going to have to move this over just a touch. Hold on. Bear with me a second. Let me do like this. Boom. So I can take the proper screenshot there. That's not what I wanted. It doesn't want to work with me today. I'm going to have to do my mouse cleaner, computer cleaner. I hope you guys all had a happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. All right. So thank you, Shovel. All right. So here are the limits for today. Thank you, Julie. Woohoo. I hope all is well, Julie. And thank you, the tickle from Kick. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. It helps me to know that everything is working. I appreciate that. So these are the limits for today. If we were to go limit down, we haven't really gone limit down since March 17th of 2020. Thank you, John. All right. So we talked about that. Let's check out the price levels for the big money. 589.38, the same. 589.93, that's the same for the big volume point of control. All right. 519.37 has not changed. 519.99 has not changed. If you guys are confused, put a question in the chat. I can only answer so many questions while I'm doing this live, but you are more than welcome to ask any and all questions. If it is inappropriate, I just won't answer. How about that? All right. The April 4/22/75. And with all of these live streams, this is my own personal opinion. So please keep that in mind. Everybody has an opinion. I know you do. So let's all respect each other's opinions. Good or bad, we all have one. All right, just cleaning up the... All right. Put this here. Boom. Let's go to our fear and greed for stocks today. 60%. Let's go to fear and greed for crypto. 51. All right. There we go. All right. So for today on the list, right off the bat, biggest gap down, Dawson, biggest move up, Dawson. This is a very low float. It does have 30. However, that should have options available. So considering it has 30 million in the float, right? 30.88 million. That's going to get a yellow because it is so low float, right? But I'm going to show you. Well, I can tell you from this morning, where are the big guys? The big guys sold up at 812 at this point. From earnings, back here, boom, 712. So we'll put 712 for the daily, 812 for intraday. We'll check out the short volume later. All right, let's see what else we've got moving. Bigly, RGC. See how low float this puppy is, 802,000, not interested. But if you like the low float movers, oh, this was a split and a pharmaceutical. Typical move. Okay, we're going to drum up the business. We're going to have a split. We've already put it out with our annual notice. So we're going to have it split, skyrocket, and then we're going to do a shelf offering and we're going to drop the price. So in my opinion, this would not be smart to purchase. Maybe to short, but not to purchase. But again, I don't short the super crazy low floats. All right, let's go to SATS here. 132 million. This had a big crazy move from close yesterday, well, Friday, right? And it was down. Let's put on our point of control over here. SATS 1621. All right, move my coffee there. That's 132 million. Let's do 1621. Let's also check out NVDA. Moving to the upside. We are above that big money level. This one is always on the active list because it has one of the largest floats in the stock market. Our point of control is right here at 141.62. Let's check out Tesla. We are up above the big money, testing that trend line for the, well, here we had like a 1, oops, 2, 3, and this is 4. Fourth test of this trend line. That's pretty strong if it does break, right? And it seems like we're holding above it. I'm liking Tesla over here. All right, Tesla. Thoughts on GameStop? Yeah, for sure. We'll put it on there. You know what? Typically when they're doing an offering, they are just looking to raise money, right? So they're looking to raise money. Oh yeah, we want to go ahead. We want to buy some Bitcoin. Yeah, it's going to be the way of the future. No, it's a way to fundraise money. It's a way to suck dollars from the public, in my opinion, right? So you got to do what you got to do that makes you feel comfortable. But when we check out GameStop, right, I can see that they are up above the big money point of control over here. I like it long for that reason. Should it go below 21.79 and 21.56? Yeah, then, I would get out as a long-term holding. Right now, it is above. So we'll put GameStop on. Thank you, the tickle, I have been posting that out as well. So my pleasure to go over it. All right, let's go over Sarepta. Pharmaceuticals typically end up in the drink. They typically drop. This one had a big move down, 36% today. My pleasure. And the big money point of control way up here, 36.95. All right, let me do big volume. HUSA, RBNE. Looks like Ethereum is moving to the upside today. HUSA, 1 million. Too low float. We'll stay away from that one. RBNE, don't even know how many shares. Let's go to Wall Street Journal. Don't worry, I'm not looking at flat. Robin Energy. Red Robin. 2.39. No thanks. Too low float. It's okay. We can stay away. All right. IonQ. Let's try spelling that properly. Pulling back again. Coming down to that 33 exponential over here. Big money is above at 40.19. You know what else I was looking at lately? UNH. So let's look at UNH. UNH is up. I'm going to put this on the side note. Oh, let's also look at Coin and MicroStrategy. Coin is up today as well. You know what? I'm going to put Coin here instead of Sats. Maybe I'm going to put MicroStrategy. Hold on. I'm going to do Coin. They're both up with a gap to go. All right, let's do Coin. 265. It's still above 25. All right. TMF. I want to say that's an ETF for the, yeah, bull ETF for the treasuries, meaning they're going in the drink. Sarepta Ion Q, UBXY is pulling back. Let's just check the levels on UBXY and VXX. As long as we are, ooh, look, we have moved below the UBXY level. Is this the one from April? Let's see. Let's put it on from April 1st. Yeah, 2220. So we are below that. So good chance we're going to continue moving up. Let's go to VXX. Are we above? Oh, we are so close to the 5241. If we go below 5241, we're going to be moving higher in the market. No matter what's going on in the Middle East, no matter what's going on in the news, I don't even care. I don't even really listen. I just check it out so I can say, hey guys, pay attention to this. Like, this is what's going on. But what really matters is where the big money is, right? Hood? Yeah, let's check out Hood. Hood, Robin of the Hood. So Hood is moving up as well. All right, let's go over here. We'll cover Hood. Let's look at Circle too. Circle, the big money IPO, moving to the upside. I talked about how this was going to gap up today. You know what? I'm going to put Circle here. Well, no, we'll do DWSN. And I will talk about Circle. Put up here, CRCL, GameStop. All right, I'm looking at the ones pulling back. USO, that means that probably GLD and, yep, GLD is pulling back. Oil is pulling back as well. This is 330 million. Big money is still below. This could be positioning. All right, let's go to XOM. XOM pulling back today. Big money is below, down at 102. 4.3 billion there. 102.30. Newmont Gold. Oh, Novo Nordisk. Good call, the tickle. Novo Nordisk is looking like a bit of a reversal here. Now we do see that earnings is all the way down here. 64.27 for fun. Just for fun. I want to see from this former break 74.69. So I'd watch the 74.60 level. If it goes below there, yeah, likely bigger selling. But this is having a bit of a correction today, in my opinion. Again, all my opinion here. All right, let's clear this up. We have not done the crypto segment yet. Let me tweet out what we will be covering. Anything else you want to check out, put it in the chat, comment on it. Yeah, Julie, go ahead. You like it, Dave? Dave saying, I like it. I don't know what he's saying he likes. Oh, the dissolution of the Google cover. All right. My phone with its all right. So let's put Novo on here. All right. What was I doing? Tweeting out. Turn up some tunes while I tweet out. If you guys have any desire for something in particular, put it in the chat. All right, I'm just going to tweet out what we're covering so we can help the peeps that are on the same page. Not only you, but everyone else that's interested, right? Sorry. Also, to let you guys know a little bit about who I am. I have been in the stock market since 2000. I started off working as a registered sales assistant. What does that mean? I got my broker's license to be able to take orders over the phone and write them down. And I was learning about the stock market. I was a longer term investor. Then I got laid off. First layoff of my life took me away from the market. Second one brought me back. 8 months pregnant with my first daughter, getting laid off, going, what am I going to do? Well, came back to the stock market, and that was 10 years ago. So 10 years as a day trader, 25 years as a swing trader. Sorry, I was trying to type and talk at the same time. It's not one of my strong suits. You can ask anyone in my family. If I'm texting or typing an email or something, I cannot talk, listen, and type at the same time. I am an instrument rated pilot, but the whole taking it in my ears and then typing does not work. All right. So if you guys like the live stream, please give me a follow, share it out, check out my website for my book talking about this, also one-on-one coaching, basic terminology video if you're brand new to trading. But here is the how to trade like a billionaire, $11. It's going to teach you how to set it up, how to utilize it, how to profit from it. Of course, risk management is 100% you. I can't make you manage your risk. Only you can. All right, let's look at the crypto segment for now. Right, let's bring it back over. Boom, my green list here. Turn down the volume. All right, so what do I concentrate on? Well, like I say right here, it's the big money volume point of control. That big money volume point of control is where the billionaires place all their money. If we go above where they have their money, then it's going to move to the upside. If we go below, well, it's likely going to move down, right? So I will put it on for crypto, for futures, commodities. I'm going to do it quarterly. For stocks, I do it from earnings. I use the 24-hour for the swing trading. I use the intraday from the beginning of the trading day to see what's going on, right? With their big money for the day. So our April 1st level for Bitcoin is 103,923.52. That has not changed. For the intraday, I'm looking at the beginning of the trading day for commodities, futures, Forex, and crypto. It starts the night prior, right? So where are they trading today? Now this does move. You can see that the yellow line is the path that that point of control has taken. So for now, the big money is up here at 107.0565. $107,005.65. Does that make sense to you all? Anybody have questions on that? Did I mistype this? I did. Too many. There we go. All right, let's go through Ethereum. Quick. Let's see. Over here, Ethereum. Did I put GameStop on? I think I did. Ethereum. Ooh, they moved the big money level. Do you see this? They moved it yesterday. It was down here at 1798.05. Where is it now? Up here, 25, 29, and 65 cents. Now, does that mean that they're selling? If we go below, in my opinion, yes. You can also see for a long time, from here to here, 37 days, it's been trading in that range, sort of up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And now we're up. So if we continue to stay up, and I would say I would look at this range, right? If we were to go above 2,700, likely a bigger move up, a bigger move from, we'll call it 1,800 to 2,700, 900 points. I would say we're looking at 3,600. If we break below 2,500 over here, likely a move down, right? Likely move down, I would say up to down to 2,100. In my opinion, do with it what you'd like. This is my opinion, right? I just see, and time again, after learning about this, that where the big money is, as long as we have that at our back, we're going to go up or we're going to go down, depending on price action going up, we're going to go up with it. Price action going down, we're going to go down with it, right? Easy. This is the one time you want to follow in the market. Follow that big money. Big money is going to do what? It's going to create big money for you. You fight big money, Roy and Kitty style. Many people will get burned, abused, lawsuits. They're going to get torn apart. But if you follow the big money, then you're going to, they move this back down. 214.37. And for today, they're at 218.33. And it's so funny because the 218.33 is also as we're hitting the 33 exponential today. Quite interesting. Okay. Doge. All right. Over here, we've got 0.18121. What's going on over here? I messed this up. It looks like an IP address there. Okay. That has not changed for Doge. Big money level for the intraday is at 0.17754. Beautiful. All right, Solana, they were down at 105. Down here, it was down at 105. Then they popped it up to 172. That has not changed. This was a former level from January. They tested it, double test. Are they going to come up and break out, or are they going to break down below 141.55? We will see. For today, the big money level for intraday trading. My new book is out, John. It is, you know what? I'm going to put it over here. It is let's see. Profit helps when I can type .system with an e.io. There you go. There's the link. You can find it right there. So that book is out to teach you how to set all this stuff up. If you see me mistype something like that and I put the wrong number in, please correct me. I don't want to send the wrong information out. I am human. I do make errors. All right, let's create the, all right, potential day trading above level for Bitcoin today. Let's do. My pleasure, John. All right, 107.260 right there. Or 70% of the volume is here. 106.452 and 107.262. Aha, let's put it up at 107.300. I'm going to change that. 107.300. Beautiful. And let's bring this over here. We could put it right here, 400, but that's only going to give you like 90. Let's do 106.300. Right there. That's going to give you roughly 250 points to the downside if it goes down. 106.300 and 107.300. Oh, look at that. Nice 1,000 block there. Okay, for Ethereum for today, let's bring this down over here, up over here. 70% of our volume is here between 25.21 and 26.35. So let's go up above 26.35 over here. Let's go 26.50, 26.40, 26.40. Or below over here, if we put it at 25.25, that gives you 15 points. Let's do 25.25. 26.40, the long trade is looking a bit better today. Bigger gap there. If we go below 25.06 over here, we've got 25.29. So if we go below that, there's a good chance we'll see it pull back. I'd say pull back to 24.75 and then potentially down to 24.29. All right, let's go to XRP. XRP over here, up above 21.21. Well, we've already gone above that. We came, oh, we almost hit this camera rail over here. 2.28, right? 2.28 for XRP and below 215.20. Do I have any followers in Philly? I'm going to be heading to Philly, back to my old hometown. I lived there for 8 years. Anybody following me from Philly, put it in the chat. All right, let's just go over here. Pull this back over here. All right. So what are we looking at for Doge today? Let's put up above. Let's make it clear skies, right? We could put it right here. Well, yeah, let's put it right here. 0.178, 0.178. If it's like a head and shoulders, right? It's already weaker to the downside. Do you see the shoulder, head did not come all the way up, so it's still in the downward mode right here. If it were to go up above and you miss it, I would wait until it comes up here. I would say 0.1798 right there for potential move higher. Or we can go below. You can see the big money's right here. We saw that the point of control was right there, so 0.17600. 0.176 and 0.178. All right, let's go to Solana. And thank you all for the follows and everything. Thank you, thank you. If you like the live stream, please share it out. The goal is to help others, right? If you want to learn more about how I'm doing this, go to carpetprofit.system.io and check out the Trade Like a Billionaire book. It's 11 bucks right there. All right, 152 for Solana. We could bring this up here. We could see up here at 155, no, 154.50, no, 153.50. Yes, 153.50, you got $1.50 there. If you want to be more conservative, go below 150. 153.50 and 157.50 right there. All right, let's continue. Let me post out the crypto. We got this over here. All right, live every morning, working on that TikTok. So if you guys are on TikTok, please go over, give me a follow. It's Airplane Jane, so that I can get that up to 1,000 and live stream AM again. Right now I'm doing sort of afternoon swing trades there. Let's move it on over to stock segments now. All right, we got Dawson, super low float with 30 million in the float. It should have options available on it. Anything larger than 8 million should have options available. So here, let's throw on a couple horizontal lines. This one is outside of all sorts of camarellas and pivots. Pretty easy. We can see that it really stuck around 8. Let's put up at 850 for potential move to the upside, or 550 for potential trade to the downside. Big money on Dawson right now is at 736. It was here at 812 when I started my live stream. They have lowered it down here. The big money since this big move is at 726. So daily 726, we're below that, and the intraday is at 712. So remember that. We want to see it go probably up above 850. We had 812 as a former level. So giving it some space with 30 million in the float, it's one that you want to allow to have some good space. All right, let's go to Dawson. So Dawson had, what is a short volume, Jane? Why do you check this out? Well, short squeezes happen, right? They definitely happen when there's a large short volume. The short float is reported 2 weeks late, so I do not pay attention to short float. Why am I only doing it for the long stocks? Well, because a short squeeze is typically going to happen when you have more of the buying volume for the longs. People are likely, you always have to think about the other traders, right? People are likely going to get out when they're feeling the, ow, pinch. Ooh, GameStop. Look at that big short volume. That is pretty nice, right? I'm also going to check out Coinbase, MicroStrategy to see 54%, circle, because that is another long, circle, 51%. Let's go to hood. What's happening in the hood, babe? 52%. And let's go to UNH. UNH is 54%. Look, you can see that this short float is rising as we have it here also rising. People, it's an ascending triangle. Typically that means it's going to move to the upside just off the bat. Oh, look, we can see 325. If we go above 325, that's a 70%. We're likely going to see this move, and I'd say probably 100% chance, in my opinion, of testing at 338, maybe a 350 test as well. Likely if we were to go boom, boom, 350, 250. All right, let's bring it back. Let's go to Coinbase. If you all have questions, please put it in the chat. Again, if you like the live stream, please share it out. Give me a follow. I am here live in the mornings, except for the whole reason why I got into trading was for flexibility. So like Friday, I was not here. Why? Because my daughters had an event at their school, NVDA. So, all right, let's go here. 249.50. 50 cents from that round number. You're going to probably see some resistance at the 250 zone, but it would give you a bigger trade, $1.37 up there. Above 251, even a better trade. Clear skies, no resistance. Below, for a potential day trade, if we go below 248, that's going to be a strong level as well. Down to 247, below 247, even a bigger trade. So if you want to be more conservative, go below 247, above 251, a little bit more aggressive, 248 and 249.50. And we do have 54% short float on that. Okay, let's go to NVIDIA. It's going to be quite the interesting week. So much going on. You know what, Crash? Here's the beautiful thing. I really love Roaring Kitty for showing the world how manipulated the stock market is. Now people actually can see it. It's not a conspiracy theory. No. The market is run by the biggest wallet, right? So if you know where that biggest wallet is placed, you can trade accordingly. I'm going to put this here at 143. That's going to give a 28% trade, 28 cent trade there, or up above 143.50. So if you know where the big guys are located, follow them. I know some people hate to be a follower. Like I like to do my own thing. I was never a 9 to 5 person. Didn't like that. And I resisted following the big money for a long time. Honestly, it does not matter. Yeah. Awesome, Crash. Yeah, it does not matter what is going on in the news. In fact, the less you actually follow the news, the better. But if you know where the big money is and you know where they're going, then you're able to go, okay, let's rock this trade, like PLTR, like GameStop, right? I know that they bought on GameStop. We're going to look at that, where they bought. Because where they bought, as long as you stay above that big money level and you know your risk, hey, you're likely going to profit with them. So let's look at GameStop, right? Tesla levels are 330.50 and 332.50. So they had earnings. From earnings, they bought at 21.79. 21.56 is another level. They brought and they bought down there. So in my opinion, as long as we stay above, we have a nice reversal pattern here. As long as we can take out this candlestick over here, it's likely going to come back up, likely going to retest 24, 25. Then we have these 200 exponential 161. We have the big money right here, right? You can see the big money volume candlestick. They got in. We should also take a look at Boeing because Boeing has a similar big money move right there. Okay, so let's put it here, 2280, 2259. Let's put it 2260 and 2280 for today for GameStop. For big money move, I would say if I was looking to swing trade this, in my opinion, up above 23.20 or below the 21.50 level. All right, let's go to Circle. These are little extras. I mentioned this on my live stream on TikTok. If you guys are on TikTok, please give me a follow over there. Once I hit the 1,000 again, I can go vertical on that. You guys can watch over there too. All right, so Circle, big money down here. I said, hey, we are going to have a gap up on Circle on Monday. I called it out I called it out Friday afternoon. I wasn't here in the market in the morning, but I called it out in the afternoon swing stream. So if you want to swing stream, you want to check out not swinging, not a swinger, but swinging stocks, right? A reminder, if there's a lot of new people here, if you guys don't like my opinion, that's totally okay. I will respect your opinion. I hope you respect mine. We all have one, good or bad. Doesn't really matter. Let's just respect each other's, right? All right, so Circle, potential long trade above 149, might get stuck at 150, but big money is below. They have sold at 148 today. Why do I say sold? Because right now the price is at 146, and their price that they sold was 148.01. Big money daily picture is at 117.13. We're above that. Swing long to the upside, in my opinion, on that one. All right, let's go to MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, we are still below the big money up at 415. We are in a downward trend. We do have a big gap today. So let's go up above 390. They made it easy for us. Or below, we got 70% between 388.12 and 389.30. Let's go below 387.50 or above 390 for potential trades. All right, let's look at Hood. Robin of the Hood. They tricked people. They said we wanted to have this be the everyday traders platform. Instead, they stole from the everyday trader by shutting down the buy ability. Is that fair? Right? Not really fair. Okay, let's go over here. 73. I don't like the 73.70 level. 73.60 gives you 14 cents. 73.40 gives you 23 cents. Okay, better trade below 73.40 or above 74. Big money is at 73.76 right now. You can see we do have a bit of a rounded top with these sell wicks. Actually, more like a diamond, right? Diamond patterns tend to be reversal patterns. So I'd watch for the breakdown of 71 right there. If 71 breaks down and we see that the big money level, which is now down here, pops up here, because we are starting to see, actually you might even see it a bit better. You see that? And you see this, right? So if we start to see, ooh, we break down, yeah. Below the 15, I would say below that 15, potential for there to be a bigger move down. All right, let's go to Sarepta. Any other stocks or cryptos that you want to check out, put it in the chat, put it as a comment below the live stream. Happy to look at it for you, give you my opinion. Like I said, it's my opinion. Do with it what you want. If you are calling out a stock, please let me know swing or day, so I know that which sort of perspective you are looking for. All right, so Sarepta, big gap down. I don't really care what the news is, right? I know that they sold up here. They sold, and for today, their big money level is at 21.70. APLD, you got it, the tickle. Let me put that APLD. I'll go through these shorts over here, and then we'll do it for you. All right. Still 907. I have to bang out the what's the word, indexes as well. All right, so for Sarepta, I'm going to say below 20 or above 25.50. We do see, we could bring it, you know what, let's bring it down here to 23 because we had a former point of control level right there. We see that 70% right now is between 20.96 and 22.52. So we could go a bit tighter on that. So 20 and 23 for Sarepta. And I would watch for a test up here. Their big money level is at 25.27. So you could go from 23 to 25.27. Let's go to IonQ. All right, IonQ over here. And if you guys join in favorite platform to trade on, well, I use, for me, I've got Interactive Brokers, I've got Thinkorswim. This is Tradingview, so I use Tradingview for my charting. I'm a mom of two. I am not always at my desk. Whatever I set up here, I can view on my phone, which is why I take the time to set it up in the morning, because no matter where I am, grocery store, picking up my kids, taking them to gymnastics, taking them to dance, taking them to the doctor, it does not matter. I have my charts. So there is an Interactive Brokers API overlay that you can trade through with them, and TradeStation as well. I don't have a TradeStation account. Okay, IonQ, big money on the daily picture is at 40.19. On the intraday, it's at 27.44, below 36.50 or above 37.60. All right, let's go to GLD. GLD is going to be the gold ETF. This is going to somewhat mimic the gold futures. Apparently, and sometimes they don't want me looking at certain stocks, so they will somewhat block them. All right, we are below pretty much all of the Camarillas and pivots. If you guys are like, Jane, what are you talking about? I have no idea. I'm gonna copy and paste the link right here, put it in the chat for you all. carpeprofit.system.io, and you can find my ebook that I just released, How to Trade Like a Billionaire. Super easy, quick read. It's $11. So if you guys want any more training, coaching, all that good stuff, it is right there. Okay, GLD over here, 315 and 314.50. Come on, right there. All right, 314.50. So reminiscent, this is a way to trade the gold futures. Right now, we are above the big money level. So this could be a pullback for them to get in and bigger positioning. All right. I don't like hood. If that was pretty clear. Crash. All right. XOM, big gap, right? We have an island gap trading right here. So let's just do this. If we go below over here. All right, so what are we showing? Okay, they had a wick today. We can go much lower because they didn't really trade that much there. The big money point of control was stopped off here, 112.50. We have 112.60. I would go 112.63. Bulk of the volume, correction. We can bring it down to 112 here. It's just going to give you 20 cents. If you wanted to be more conservative, go up to 112.63. You're going to have some speed bumps along the way. I'm a Thinkorswim guy. I stay away from Robinhood. Very nice crash. Very nice. All right. Or below 111.50 over here. All right. 111.50. And the more you guys interact, the more fun I have. I don't like just talking to a screen. So thank you, Crash, for interacting and asking questions and sharing. All right. Oracle. Lorenzo on YouTube is asking about Oracle. Let me put that over here on the side. We'll check it out. I'm going to do the indexes first because for some reason, I don't know what happened to time today, but it's already 9:11, 9:11. All right, let's go to 77.80 negative. Let's go to 78. We've got 19 cents there. No, let's bring it back down to 77.80. And 78.50, let's do 78.40. You've got 32 cents there. 78.80, you've got 48 cents potential. Might get stuck at 79. So 77.80 and 78.40. Thank you, Crash. I appreciate that. All right, let's go to the indexes quick, and then we'll do applied and Oracle. All right, so let's do the Dow. Do the Dow. All right, Dow. Did they move that? No. So April big money level is over here. I've got it right here. April 422.75. We are above it. The January level, we're dancing around it today. We're doing the big money tango. I'm going to coin that big money tango. Big money for today is at 424.54 above that trend line. 424.20 right there, or above 425.80. 424.20, 425.80. And you know what else I want to check out? I want to check out Boeing. I mentioned that with the Air India crash. Double engine failure. So my husband, a commercial pilot on a Boeing 737 MAX, he's like, the likelihood of that happening, of a double engine failure, is like 1 in a billion. Since we know that the stock market is manipulated, what are your opinions on GPS with boats and airlines, right? And cars? You think that that stuff can be manipulated? All right, the Russell 210.20 and 211. So we can see over here when we have the greens, that's big money is below us on the daily. Red, big money is above us. Yellow means positioning. Okay. So for the Russell, both levels are below us. That's pretty bullish. There are 2,000 stocks in the Russell. There are 100 in the NASDAQ, 30 in the Dow, and 500 in the SPY. All right. So over here for the Qs, we are above both levels, right? We see that Apple, NVDA, Tesla are moving to the upside. You know what we might also check out, because we have just a little bit of time, is Meta as well. I want to see what's going on with Meta and the Googs, since that is on the cover of the Barron's, which is what's disappearing behind me. The Barron's cover is talking about Google, and then I was talking about iPhone sales, and I was talking about Android. Okay, so for the Qs, 530 and 531.50. Big money right now is at 531.15. We are below, like I mentioned. Let's go to the SPY. I like this song. All right, 601.50. So in case you guys don't know, I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Kick, and aiming for the 1,000 followers right here on TikTok to be able to live stream over there as well. I had it for 30 days. I don't know what happened. And then boom, like they yanked it. I think it's a streaming platform thing. I don't know. All right, let's put it right here at 600. Wow, they made that easy. 600 and 601.50 today. Hey, thank you, Crash. I am of the same opinion. So Crash on Twitch says everything can be manipulated, right? In my opinion, we're energy. Hey, Terry, great day. Terry, did you see my book is out? All right, I'm going to plug it again. CardPayProfitSystem.io. It's in the chats. We've got one-on-one coaching for 2 hours, 1 hour, basic terminology video, and how to trade like a billionaire at the new book. Right here, $11. All right, so let's go to applied APLD. APLD, big money is down here at 529. Are you looking for intraday or swing trade, right? If we look at this over here, I like to do it from the tops of the longs, right? The tops of the longs, you can have the oops sales. So right now we're in a descending triangle, and I would put it right here roughly 1050. So for today, for a day trade, I would put it up here up above 1150. Let's bring this up just a hair, or below maybe 1120 over here. Right? 1120 or 1150. All right, let's look at Oracle for that reversal on that Lorenzo was asking for. Oracle, big money is at 199.76. So it is still, we have a little bit of a dark cloud cover so far for today. We could see that it pulls back down here to 204.80. Totally normal, still in the upward trend. That's what these moving averages show us, right? Let's put it up above 204.50 or 213. 213.20, but 213 is going to be a bigger number. They have sold at this time at 213.87. It looks like they sold, 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 sold until it goes back above. They've been selling on the way down. Okay, let's go to Boeing. Sounds great, Terry. I hope you like it. Boeing, big money is at 203.92, right? So that is 204, line in the sand. If we go above it, woohoo, off to new highs. If we go below it, they might be running out of fuel for the moment, but they have had 3 days right here on the 33 exponential moving average. Oh, coincidence? They bought at 201.30 is their level for today. If you do 200, okay, you've got 32 cents, but really 199 is going to give you 60 cents. Below 198.40, bye-bye. And up above, yes, we have the big money right there, but for a day trade, right? A day trade is somewhat a different perspective than a swing trade. 201.60. You got to figure out which hat you're wearing when you get into a trade. Already know your exits before you get in. Hey, Ronaldo, how are you? Ronaldo, did you see I released a new ebook? I'm going to post it right here. I have a question. So when I do this, does that show up? Does that show up in Twitter? Did that link show up in Twitter, Ronaldo? Let me know. All right, so we've got some sell levels right here. I'm screaming at the computer. We have a nice downward trend breakout. Yes? You guys see this? How many times did it test it on the shorter term? Right? We have a downward trend breakout. Yes? Awesome. Thanks so much, Ronaldo. Appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback. I try to help you guys here every morning. There's nothing better than working together, right? And not being selfish. Big money bought down here at 688.97. 688. I'm gonna tweet that out because that is a nice trade. You can see they bought the breakout here on Meta. This could be an awesome trade today. Already has really retraced. Big money is down here. Just for fun, let's put it over here. We're above the big money level of this big position right here. So this looks pretty good. Like it. All right, let's see. Ah, my pleasure, Drew Ann. Is it Drew Ann or Drew? Or maybe it's Andrew. All right, let me tweet this out. Anything else that you guys want to check out? That's what I have for today, right? Meta, potential, day trade, long, above 704. And here's something that you have to do. Think about potential, short, below, besides these levels, 688. Who really taught you that you had to work out, that you had to do everything for yourself, that you couldn't work as a team? Was it school? It was like, you need to be the best. Not let's teach teamwork. Let's teach lifting everybody up at once, right? If you start to reprogram your mind, hey, if I work together with other people in business, we can create synergy. And it's not just about me profiting, or it's not just about you profiting or them profiting. We all profit together, right? So if we all know where the big money is, we all work on that together. Hey, guess what? We all profit together. So it's not just me, or you, or them. No, it's when we work together, we all profit. So hope you guys have an amazing trading day. This was a late live stream. I'm going to get that fixed up for the link. So I'm going to leave both links active. And then tomorrow it's probably going to be just carpeprofit.com. I'm going to do the back end stuff right now to go ahead and set that up. I hope you have an amazing trading day. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. And don't just have a good day, have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow.